Angela Sadat with the Angela Sadat Group of Keller Williams Premier Realty in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, coming to you here with our buyer bulletin for this month. So we are in a very hot market right now, and yet there are still some homes that end up staying on the market for a while. And so it's a little bit curious, and you're wondering why would that happen? So as a buyer, you may think, well, can I get a deal if a house has been on the market for a while? And that is actually a great question to ask, because when you see 50 or 60 days racked up and most houses are selling much quicker, then you have to ask that sort of a question. And could you possibly secure a great deal on one of those properties? Well, there are a couple of questions we would want to ask ourselves in these situations, and this is what we go over with our buyers when we actually see these sorts of things. The first question would be, why is the house not selling? And so sometimes it's not exactly obvious, and yet sometimes it's very obvious. If the pictures are horrible and people are just passing it by, that could be a reason. If it is grossly overpriced, that could be another reason. That's a lot of times the reason. If the marketing wasn't done appropriately, if it wasn't in the right spots for people to see it, things like that could be definitely reasons, or if there's a strange floor plan, something like that. So why is it not selling? So now if you realize it's not selling for some reason, such as, well, the price is too high, then you would say, well, maybe I can get a really great deal on this and lowball them, right? And that would absolutely be an option in this case. And yet, what I would ask you in this situation is the question of, would getting $10,000 off that property be a good deal for you? Now, I hear people talk this way. You know, we got $20,000 off a house in a hot market. Can you believe that? We got such a great deal. Well, if we go back to our lessons on pricing homes and we'd start thinking about how do we actually price homes and what is a good deal, what we'll realize is that when we pay market value, meaning this home is very comparable in price to the other homes that have sold that are like this within the community, within the area, there's similar properties, that is getting a good deal in a hot market when we pay market value. Simply getting $10,000 or $20,000 off a property is not necessarily always a good deal, because what if it was actually only worth less than that? What if we should have gotten $40,000 off and the realtor who priced it or the seller who priced it was just totally off base? So we need to really do our homework in these situations, is the point. And so we will help you with that. We will help you to look at the comparable properties, make sure that you're paying a fair price and that you are in fact getting a great deal on a property in a hot market. Thanks for joining us.